Hi there guys, hope you're all doing well. Neil at Italia Autos here. Welcome back to another video on my channel. And as I did on a short last week, I said I was going to do a video on this 155 wide body. Super rare car. I'm going to give it a check over. It does need some work doing to it. Just going to go over it again on the ramp and find out how much needs doing to it. Right, let's have a look over this beautiful rare beast. There aren't many of these guys left on the road anymore, so they are really rare sight to see. You don't even see many 155s at car shows, really. I haven't seen many over the last few years. And there's two in the workshop, yay! It's got the original Speedline wheels on it, which are probably one of the best wheels you can fit to a modern Alfa. I just love the style of them. Now, the paintwork is in original but very tired state. Every panel on it is faded. The roof looks as though it's been painted at some point in its life, but that isn't the best finish, unfortunately, and that is starting to fade a little bit in some areas as well. It's a sunroof model. I can't remember whether these were standard on all these 155s or not, but it does have one and it does work. Headlights, the typical crap gets behind and it starts to make them fade a little bit, but other than that, no, it's fine. All the grills are there, the front whiskers, these bits here are still there, the washer jets are still there because they do tend to fall out. Fog lights are not cracked. The front towing eye isn't rusty. I would assume somebody's refurbished that at some point. I can't really see any dents on it. It's got modern side repeaters fitted because they should be yellow. Wing mirrors appear to be all intact, but I won't touch those too much because they are the rarest part on the car, I do believe. Now, the side skirts are not standard. Now, I didn't notice this when the customer brought it in, and I didn't notice it until he told me. They're actually off a 145 cloverleaf. So that's a little bit different, and it surprised me that they're actually a direct fit. Rear arches, this is where they normally rut. I can feel a little bit of bubbling, but nothing major. Nothing inside the fuel filler cap. Again, it's just tired paintwork all the way around it and sort of covered in a little bit of moss. It's got the original spoiler on it, and I think that looks really sweet on the back of a 155. But yeah, on the outside, there's not really much to complain about other than the paintwork. Some of the trims are looking a little bit tired, but you know, it is a 25-year-old. So hang on, it's a 1996, so that makes it 27 years old, so it is a little old girl now. Let's have a little look on the inside. Now, I've never seen a 155 with a tan interior. I'm sure some of you guys out there will know what these were like back in the day. I mean, that's not original, that's just like a vinyl sticker. I mean, are they out of a Fiat Coupe or something like that? So these door cards don't seem to fit that well. They seem very spongy and not sort of typical Alfa quality of leather. Were they black and have they been recoloured or something? Yeah, something just doesn't seem quite right about this interior being tan. And I like it, it looks good. And the rear seats, again, got that vinyl sticker on the back of the seats. Now, somebody's decided to cover some of the interior trim with this Alcantara stuff, and it's starting to come off, so we're going to have to replace that. It's all hanging down there. It's just sticky vinyl by the look of it. No wonder it's come off. And the same with up there. Let's have a look over the dashboard. Got a little bit of cracking going on there, or is that a scratch? No, it's a crack. And again, that vinyl sticky stuff here has been stuck on there. It's also got an aftermarket Momo steering wheel. Right, let's start it up. Now I like the sound of that. Ooh, getting some backfire out the exhaust, nice little burble. You don't normally get this on a 27-year-old car. So let's have a look under the bonnet. We have a glorious V6 engine. It's the older style, so it's the super rare one in the UK. Unfortunately, the trumpets are a little bit tired. We do have some spare ones in the car to go on. Everything else I can see, the chassis turrets look fine. Chassis legs, what I can see, look okay. Front radiator support isn't too rusty. The grille has a little bit of the chrome peeling off there, but nothing really to worry about. So let's get it on the ramp and we'll check the underside out, because I'm sure it's either had some welding or it needs some welding. Right, we're partially up in the air now. Let's check out the suspension and inside the arches. We've got a little bit of rust going on down there, which is going to want treating because that's where they do start to go. Brake pipes look okay. They've been replaced at some point in the life, but we do have more rust behind those. They do rust up here, but it seems solid. Brakes are corroded, and there's not that much left on the pads from what I can tell at a quick glance. Right, the rear arch, a little bit of rust coming through here, and just sort of on the inner edge really. Is that an arch liner? No, it's been coated. I can't see any signs of welding or any signs of it needing welding, especially sort of up behind here. Let's show. Sort of up behind the arch is all clear. So you've got the fuel tank mount still there as well. Again, under the arch, a little bit of light rust coming through, but nowhere near anything you would expect for a normal car of this age. And again, it's all clear under there, no signs of welding. We've got some rust up there. That is moving a little bit, so that might be a little bit weak behind there. Again, some rust down there. Brake pipe has been changed. The suspension seems okay. It's all aftermarket or Apex springs, so it's only a cheap set of springs and shockers on it. So far, this seems as though it's been a very well looked after car, considering I can't see any visible signs of rust on the front arches or the rear arches. So let's get it up and see if it's had anything done underneath. Right, a little bit limited on the back here because it's still got the under tray at the back. We do have some rust up there. And on the chassis leg. Can't see anything this side because it's all covered. Rear subframe isn't too bad. A little bit of corrosion, but nothing major. Same with the rear shockers, can't see any signs of leaking. It's got an aftermarket exhaust on it, which goes all the way up to the catalytic converter, which does look as though it's original. Let's check out the driver's side floor now. I am absolutely amazed that this hasn't been welded. It's still got all the original drain holes from the factory at the front and at the back. So I think somebody has treated this with plenty of love over the years. Worst part is the front subframe, rust-wise, to be honest. Just on those front edges there, it would benefit from being refurbished. Radiator support and the radiator as well could benefit from it. Don't think the radiator's got much life left in it. As you can see, it's all starting to come apart and the fins are falling out. And unfortunately the front bumper supports do have a bit of rust on them, but they are still solid. That one a little bit less solid. A little bit of an oil leak from the oil cooler pipe there. Let's check the bottom of the engine out. Oil leak probably from the dipstick hole. Nothing to worry about anywhere else. The CV boots are all nice and solid. Oh, CV boot's gone on that side. As you can see, it's all leaking in several places. You can see the splatter as well behind, so that's going to need changing. Now the weird part about this CV boot being gone is that inner bright silver part, that's been changed. But the CV boot is literally falling apart. It looks like it's rotting rather than being split. So I wonder what's gone on there. Right, under here, I can see the rust a little bit better. That is going to need some TLC. And the same on that side. Now onto the passenger floor pan. Wow. I really don't think this has been welded at all. If it has, I can't find any marks where it has been done. There's a little bit of crushing on the sills. That's the worst part there. But other than that, wow, a 155 that hasn't been welded. What is going on? I have found one fault though. Let's have a look at this. Unfortunately, that brake pipe is leaking. So this has been stored inside all weekend, so it should be perfectly dry. And you can see there's some rust around there. So we need to change that brake pipe. It's only a little one, so not too bad. And the brake pipe on this side, a little bit of rust on it, but nothing that I would say is going to make it fail. Now, as being as I can't check the boot floor, let's check it from the inside instead. And I can't see any rust in the boot well. I have had a little look under here already, and that is all nice and clean. So what do you think of that then, guys? I think that could possibly be one of the best 155s in the country, or most original. Once we get that little bit of rust sorted, get the paintwork sorted, brake pipe leak sorted, I think this could be the best 155 in the UK. So if you're new to the channel and you like no-nonsense videos on Alfas and Fiats and other makes of cars, hit that like button and the bell button. And thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next video.